Well, let's have a chat. So, after Jelly Smollett has been arrested and posted bail and blah, 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 the conversation is now going to what type of punishment does the public, I guess, because we are the public think he deserved now. Some people are saying that, oh, what about people that call the cops on black people? And what about people who do this? And what about people that do that? In my personal opinion, I feel like a hate crime is a very, very, very serious thing to fabricate. That's way different than calling the police on someone, because you said they were doing something that they weren't doing, or you think they're doing something illegal, but it's not illegal. That's not the same as somebody actually fabricating a hate crime and taking it to the fullest extent as to hire people to orchestrate the crime as well as go on Good Morning America and give a fake tiered interview about why people weren't it would have been different if he would have just, not reported it and it happened and he talked about it and, it was talked about and went away. But you made it a thing, like you made it a police report. And then people are saying, oh, we don't trust the police lie. And it is very true. Historically, we know you can't really trust everything the police say. But there was a full investigation. And from Jussie Smollett's story, there was already too many holes for people. The public didn't believe it anyway. And then people say, oh, we publicly lynched him. Well, yeah, we publicly lynched him, and we were right because we have wherewithal. We have, we can think for ourselves, and we know that the shit was a hoax. But my problem is if people were saying he don't deserve jail time. Why they being hard on him, and they try to make an example out of him? Was he not trying to make an example out of MAGA supporters? Was he not trying to make an example out of the president? I get that people hate Trump, they hate the president of the United States, but at the end of the day, he is our president. People voted him, and he fucking won that election. You do not have to agree with him, you do not have to support him, but you do not go out of your way to fabricate a hate crime just to get people on your side. Like that's taking it too far. That's taking it too far. Like, especially people who consider themselves progressive. That's not the way to go. That's not progressive at all. You already have a system that's historically been dominated by power that doesn't care about the people and is not for the people. That's historically. So if we know that, then we know that there's a huge fight up ahead, and him doing this is not helping the cause. We're trying to, move this progressive movement off the ground from grassroots into actual politics, but we're not able to do that if they start looking at us like crazy people or people who would do some shit like come up with the fake hate crime just for attention. Like, for example, Lauryn Hill went to jail for a political stance she took when she decided to not pay taxes. Now, if you pay attention to government and you've ever studied the Constitution, you know that constitutionally taxes are illegal. That shit is illegal. Don't believe me? Look it up. Some way, how the IRS found a way to establish itself and get away around it, but people have been paying taxes to government sources for centuries. So that's nothing new. But constitutionally in America, that's illegal. But because they know people don't there hasn't been a huge movement to abolish that. But the thing about Texas is it does help society, as they say, even though they spend most of that money towards war, which we can see in stats and data and things like that. Texas do go through certain things like Medicare, even though most people in America aren't getting the Medicare they deserve. It goes towards schools, even though they shut down a lot of schools. So again, Lauryn Hill did a political protest, regarding her taxes, which she was well within her right. Now they made her serve 3 months of jail time. So if she had to serve 3 months of jail time for having the money and being a person, a well-off person and having the money and refuses to pay it, she got jail time. But Jussie Smollett doesn't deserve jail time for fabricating a hate crime. I feel like people who consider themselves woke or progressive are not seeing the real problem here, and they're trying to make it now all of a sudden it's not a big issue. And my thing was, it was a big issue when he reported it and said it was a hate crime because that's a big thing. We want to definitely make sure that we have got justice for him. But the fact that we knew it was a hoax and too many holes, like the holes in his stories, was made us not believe it. But the fact that people don't think he deserved jail time to me is that's a little wild. That's wild. Again, Lauryn Hill, went to jail for a political stance as well. So again, when you are like again, our ancestors they got beat, they got hung, hate crimes, all of that things of a certain nature, but they went to jail, but they still got out, they still fought hard, and they still continued on the fight. So you're not about to stay here and tell me that he don't deserve jail time. You want to be that deep into politics, you want to be that far into the realm. Welcome to America, buddy. In case you haven't noticed, that's what America is. You got to go through some shit if you want to really get some shit accomplished. Like we didn't just wake up and shit changed. Like people got dogs put on them, people got beat. People got hosed, people got hanged, people got shot down, the families was threatened. Like, the civil rights leaders went through a lot of shit. So if you consider yourself a political martyr and you want to be, a voice of the people and you want to lead some type of political stance, you got to stand behind that shit. The Lauryn Hill fled the country. No, she turned her ass in, paid the taxes because she knew she had the money, but she made sure that what she did it for and what the political stance was heard, and that people understood. That people really get it or understand it at the time? No, and you don't expect them to, because she's always been, ever since she dropped in this education and then took that break and then came in with the unplug, she changed as a person and as an artist. So I've been following, I listened to a lot of her interviews, I've been able to put it together and realize, what has happened and why she is the way she is. You can easily put that together if you just go back and review her career. But my thing is, you cannot tell me that he doesn't deserve some type of penalty or draft time. Paying a fine is not enough. He should, yes, pay a fine, but that's not enough. You need to really sit on and, think about why that is very crazy. You do not fabricate a hate crime. That's all I gotta say. You do not fabricate a hate crime.